Humans are composed of 4 orders. This is the way I think about this, and I'll refer to this a few more times later throughout the day, just to kind of think through this. We are bodies. We could get into the theological debate about, like what about the intermediate state between death and the resurrection of the body and all that. We don't really know a whole lot about that. The Bible doesn't say a lot about that, but we do know what the Bible teaches is that you have a body right now, and you're going to have a body in the new heaven and the new earth. So we have bodies. We have a biophysiological part of us. We have a psyche, a soul. We have a psyche, and this is our identity, and this is the psychosocial aspect of us. And we put psychosocial together because your identity comes from how you experience yourself in relationship to others. From the time you're an infant, the way you are mirrored and treated and responded to in relationships is what builds within you your sense of who you are. And so the psychosocial dimension of who we are is woven together relationally and our identity. We are agents, meaning we make choices. We make choices to act in relationships with other people. This is our relational structure. These are our ethics. How do I treat you? How do I approach you? How do I expect for you to treat me? How do we show up in relationship with each other, in your marriage, at your workplace, with your children, in your faith communities? So this is the ethical dimension of who we are. And then there is our spiritual dimension. And this is about purpose. This is about something beyond us. This is about us fitting in to a much larger story. And so these 4 dimensions of who we are as people, like I said, we can conceptually separate them and talk about them in distinction, but functionally, they all work together. When you act ethically, it absolutely affects things spiritually, psychosocially, and even biophysiologically. See that arrow over on the right-hand side there? It says provides capacity. From the bottom up, there is emerging capacity as these get stacked on each other. Here's what I mean. If you have an impairment biophysiologically, that affects you psychosocially. Addiction is a biophysiological issue. And if I am lost in addiction, it impairs me and what I can do psychosocially, ethically, and spiritually. Doesn't take away my responsibility, but if I'm trying to do ethical work, for example, with someone who is not sober, the capacity they have to do that work is severely limited. If there is healing on the biophysiological level, there's increased capacity psychosocially, which leads to increased capacity ethically, which leads to increased capacity spiritually.